I have a dream, a single dream. Keep dreaming, dreaming of freedom, dreaming of justice, dreaming of quality, and I wish I didn't need to dream them anymore. Hi everyone, my name is Hugo Saez, and today I will be talking to you about a significant man who was the most well-known spokesperson and leader of the civil rights movement. An important man in American history. This is Martin Luther King Jr. Let me tell you that after doing research for the past week, I have established three important points to provide good credibility on my topic. The goal and purpose to my speech is to inform you who Martin Luther King Jr. was. I will start by telling you about his early years, I'll then discuss his effect on the civil rights in more detail, and finally I talk to you about his legacy. So let's get started. On January 15, 1929, Martin Luther King, an African American, was born in Atlanta, Georgia. He was raised in a home that was very religious. Both his father and grandfather were the minister of the Ebenezer Church, and Martin Luther King later followed their step. He received his doctorate in theology from the Boston University after graduating, and he was also a co-founder and the president of the Southern Christian Leadership Council. From a young age, he became aware of the situation and social and racial segregation in which the black people of his country lived, especially those of the southern states. He quickly demonstrated both his charisma and his firm determination to use non-violent means to fight for the protection of the civil rights, both of which were influenced by Mahatma Gandhi and from the same sources that induced the same year inspired to struggle to Nelson Mandela. Secondly, his effect on civil rights. King Jr. often said how his father frequently sent him to work in the field, saying that this would earn him respect for his ancestor. This was a determining factor in the civil rights movement in the United States. Why? Okay, let me tell you, for example, that in the 1960s, he took advantage of the spontaneous sitting by black students in the state of Alabama to start a campaign that had a huge repercussion through the whole country. Of course, he was jailed, but he got black people to have access to restaurants, libraries, and parking lots. Martin Luther King led various protests under the principle of civil disobedience without violence. In this way, he was able to gain fame in the movement for equal civil rights. He called for the right to vote and improve education in the southern state during the summer of 1963. In the same year, he organized a march in Washington, D.C. and gave his well-known speech, I Have a Dream. He wished for peace and equality for all people in front of more than 200,000 listeners. So a year later, for his effort, he was given the Nobel Peace Prize. And finally, his legacy. Every January 16, Martin Luther King Jr. Day is celebrated in the United States, a festive day that serves to commemorate the figure of the activist and his contribution to achieving social and racial equality. The effort of Martin Luther King Jr., let's say, continue to inspire many people to generate social initiative for a better tomorrow. His legacy unites different local activists and leaders and also inspired them to continue doing positive things in the community and also in the country. So just to conclude, after informing you about his early age, his effect on the civil rights, and also about his legacy, I'm strongly believe that next time you hear about Martin Luther King's name, I think you will be able to remember that it takes heart, that it takes courage to do what he did, because he became an example that how we must act upon injustice and not violence. So that was everything for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.